Welcome to the Making Foundations.
Make the recipes.
I'm London.
And I'm Elsa.
And today we are
making fudgy chocolate mug cakes.
Yes. So welcome back to our kitchen, and don't mind the swatches on the cabinets here. We have been trying to decide colors for quite some time. Maybe you can help us by commenting on what colors we should go with. So today we're making food, which is kind of unusual for the Making Foundation, right? Have you ever made food there?
No.
No? But when we have the students first come to the Making Foundation, we do ask them, have you ever made anything? And most of the time they say, no, not really. And then we say, well, have you ever made yourself a sandwich or a bowl of cereal?
I have.
You have? Which one?
I've made myself a sandwich.
A sandwich. So you've made something, right? You've made a lot of things. But if you've made a sandwich, a bowl of cereal, it's the same thing. You're making something. So today we are going to make these yummy chocolate fudge mug cakes. That's a big name because it's a cold, rainy day and we want something fudgy. So we're going to start off with the flour. Miss Elsa. Oh, I should say, if you haven't, what's the first thing you do before you start cooking?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. So in this day and age, but at all times, you should always wash your hands before you start cooking, right? Okay, so we've washed our hands, and Elsa has the flour. You're going to do a 1/4 cup of flour. And I'm going to do the baking powder, which we need 1/2 teaspoon. I should also, this is a great place for me to mention that our lovely little book stand here for our cookbook was made at the Making Foundation. It also serves as either an iPad or a phone holder. It has a little charge hole down there for your power cord, because oftentimes I'm actually cooking from my phone. All right, there we go. Elsa, let me get you a whisk to whisk all that together. I think I already dirtied up the whisk. So we are just going to use what we're going to use later, which is a spatula. So you're just going to mix all that together. And while she's doing that, I'm going to move your bowl over here. Thank you, ma'am. I am going to get our chocolate ready. So, we got a knife here. You need 4 tablespoons of butter. And I must say, when you're baking, it's always best to go with unsalted butter, but if you don't have unsalted butter, it's okay. You could maybe skip the salt part of this recipe, but it'll just be a little saltier. Some people like a little salt, a little sweet. So we're going to cut 4 of these, and we're going to slice them all.
One.
Why? It helps it.
I said 1.
Oh, 1.
1.
2, 3, 4. Why, what? Oh, you said why?
No, I said 1.
Oh, 1. Okay. Anyway, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to combine our butter and our chocolate chips. Which you love to get yourself one little chocolate chip. That's payment for help. It's okay. 3 tablespoons. Are you helping? Okay, sure. All right, 3 tablespoons of chocolate chips. It's best to go with some semi-sweet or dark chocolate or whatever you got. That's totally fine. And make sure it's a microwave-safe bowl. We're going to put it in the microwave for 1 minute on 50% power. So it took me a while to figure out how to do that on this microwave, so you might have to look into yours. But we're going to put it in for 1 minute on 50% power. Boom. When it comes out of there, we are going to stir. Do you think this is pretty mixed here? Our dry ingredients there?
Yeah.
I'll move this butter out of the way. Okay. Oh, you know what we need that we don't have out here? 2 eggs. Grab me 2 eggs. Thank you, ma'am. And we will set our flour and baking powder over here to the side because we're going to mix everything in that bigger bowl. Also, I'd like to mention that this lovely cutting board here, It's now my second favorite because I have a nice, big, beautiful cutting board that was just made for me by my husband. But this is another one that he made, and isn't it beautiful? Thank you, ma'am. So I have the 2 eggs. Now what's going in this next batch here is you're going to do a 1/4 cup of sugar, some vanilla extract, I don't remember, 1 teaspoon, 2 eggs, some baking cocoa, and some salt. So, all right, ma'am, let's check on our chocolate. All right, we're gonna give this a little stir. Through it. There you go. Stir it up. Look at this. Now, the reason I said to do unsalted butter, it helps you control the flavors. So you're usually adding salt to something that you're baking. So if you already have salt in your butter, it's going to be too salty. It just allows you to kind of control the saltiness. I'm sure there's probably a way more scientific thing behind this baking, because I believe baking is more science than anything. But for me, it's just, I like to keep those ingredients separate so I can have control over the flavor. All right, now we're going to put it back in for 1 more minute. We'll just put this little girl in right here. Thank you, ma'am. 1 more minute. 50% power. Power level up. Great. Now you could maybe add a few extra things to your cake. Like maybe if you wanted like marshmallows on top at the end. I think I'm going to add a little ice cream to mine. I bet you want like some whipped cream. If you
want everything.
Everything. Always. This one's got a sweet tooth here.
You like sugar, huh?
Is there sugar and syrup?
Yes.
Then yes! We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
But not too sweet. You don't like things too sweet. All right, 30 more seconds.
It's not 30.
Oh.
29.
28.
27.
25.
26.
A few moments later.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we are. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Gonna stir that again. There you go, ma'am. Now, while she does that, I'm gonna add, or do you want to? You're pretty good at cracking the egg, so I'll let you do an egg, and I'll do an egg. You can leave that in there. 1 egg. Whoop. Being careful not to get any shell. Just put those there for now. We've got our handy dandy towels. Yep. Okay, so we've got our eggs in there. Now we're gonna add a sugar. So where did that 1/4 cup go? Back in here?
Yeah.
1/4 cup of sugar. Now we had to do the old go ask your neighbor for sugar trick, didn't we? Actually, Elsa did it.
Yeah.
She went over to the neighbor. We actually were out of sugar. It's on my list. There you go. To get. So our neighbor was nice enough to actually give us more than we needed. All right, so we've got eggs, sugar. Now we need the cocoa. So, baking cocoa, which we had left over because we made hot cocoa mix 1 year as gifts.
Yeah, we have a different jar of hot cocoa up there.
Yeah, we do. All right, so 2 tablespoons, so 1. And usually when you're baking, you want to be a little bit more exact and like level out things. But you know, these are mug cakes. What does it matter? They're cooked in a microwave. No offense to microwaves around the world, but. Okay, so now we have our eggs, our sugar, cocoa. Now we need our vanilla. 1 teaspoon. Well, since I used this guy on the baking powder, I'm going to just wipe them out there. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Yep. Oh, there you go. Whoa. And
It'd be helpful if that went in there.
that's okay. You can just use your towel on that. And salt. Salt, you only need 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is why I'm saying if you have salted butter, you can maybe skip this part. I don't know. The bakers out there, let us know if we're like giving out false information. Boop. All right, mix it up.
One time, because we didn't have unsalted butter, we just didn't add salt.
Yeah, what were we making then?
I have no idea.
Cupcakes.
Oh, yeah.
We made cupcakes, and they were totally fine, weren't they? Yeah. All right, so she's going to mix that up. And then, as she's mixing that up, you got it, you got it. Get the sides. Take a spatula so you have that lovely side there. You see the flat side? Like the rubbery side? Helps you to scoop the stuff around and down. Push it down. There you go. While she's doing that, I'm going to add the flour and the baking powder. All right, so Elsa's going to mix that up so that it is all mixed together. I've got us 2 mugs here. And once that is done, we're going to separate them. And they're going to go back in the microwave. 1 minute. 50% power. You're going to take it out. We're going to stir it. And then we're going to put it back in. 1 minute. 50% power. We're going to bring them out. We're going to check them. If they look a little too wet on top, then they need to go back in and bake a little bit longer. So always do it on 50% power, like slow and low.
Ooh, Ramon. Mama ain't seen you that low in years.
I haven't seen a road like this in years.
Well, then let's cruise, baby.
Low and slow.
Take it nice and easy. For the next round, if you do it like the 3rd time, maybe try 15 seconds or 30 seconds until it looks less wet on top, and then you're going to let it cool. Okay, we've now taken them out, and we're going to put them back in for our final 15 seconds.
We forgot to say that
Yes.
that we're supposed to put them apart so they don't
Yes.
spread.
Actually, good call, right? So they need to be on the opposite ends of your plate. All right, so time cook 15, power level 5.
A few moments later.
3, 2, 1.
Ta-da! All right. Ooh, yes. Look at those. Yeah. Smells like brownies fresh out of the oven. Microwave oven. All right, so we're going to let these cool. And then we're going to add a little vanilla ice cream. What else?
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream. I think I might add a little graham crackers to mine. Yes. Make my own little s'mores brownie. We have some that we made earlier. Also, you want to give them a test? I'm sure you do. A little taste test. See how they turned out. Spoon for you. Ooh, they're fudgy. So hot? No? Yeah? Real chocolatey? Yeah? Awesome. Well, we're going to let our fresh ones cool down, and we're going to eat those with some ice cream and some whipped cream and whatever else we decide to put on them. But we want to thank you for joining us today on the Baking Foundation's.
Make the most of.
Thanks for joining us in the kitchen. I'm London.
And I'm Elsa.
And we'll see you guys later. If you make anything, whether it's a fudgy cake, whatever it's called, or something else, tag us at Making Foundation and use the hashtag MakeTheMost. Y'all have a great day.